Welcome to Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Borough in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.
And welcome again, everybody, to Sportsline Trivia. Here we are on a Monday night when the Steelers head to Cincinnati in what could be disaster, a train wreck. Anyway, we're interested in what you think about the game, as well as the Pirates, who've taken two and have seen the doctor in the morning to make a recovery.
Pretty much.
And so Mike joins me this evening. Mike, good to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
Watched a little bit of the Penguins over the weekend, and they're on again. In fact, all three Pittsburgh Peas play tonight. Pirates, Penguins, and the Pistachio Steelers.
Yeah, everybody's out there. That's amazing. All at the same time. I guess depending on your what sport you like the best is how your order of how you're going to work your clicker tonight and where you're going. I will, of course, be pretty much focused on the Pirates and the Steelers, and check the Penguins if both are in a commercial, I suppose. That game's on CW. The Pirate game, of course, will be on Root. And then we'll have ESPN and Channel 4 for the Steeler game. And it should be interesting. I had read a note that was put out today that, and this drives it home, people, that the champagne has arrived at PNC Park. There are 24 cases of champagne, 12 cases to be open. When the Pirates clinch a playoff spot, which I'm safe in saying that will happen, hopefully it will happen this week at home. And then they say they're going to save the other 12 cases in case the Pirates win the division, which is still a possibility. Yeah. So
and if they don't, I know an address.
I'll be happy to watch them open up one case and get all splattered. It'll be wonderful. Believe me, it's been a long time.
I know an address on Virginia Drive in Lower Borough that would like to.
I don't like it, so I'll take it and shake it and spray because I really don't like to drink it at all. I'm not a fan, but I'll, in some orange juice and we could do a mimosa. I'm good there.
Folks, our phone number is 724-236-0430. Give us a call, and we'll get you on the air. And if you elect to do a trivia question when your conversation is finished and you are eligible to win, then we'll give you a question to see if you can pick up a prize. The rules are that you can win every other week, salami and the mystery profile once a month, either or, and you can only try the mystery profile once in a calendar month. In the meantime, if you go to my website, doubledribblebob.com, you'll get answers to the trivia questions that we ask. Try to make that easy for you. First-time callers, 2 or more prizes with a correct answer. And again, I think I got ahead of myself. There we go. DoubleDribbleBob.com is the website. Also, my radio show coming up on Saturday. By the way, I have an odd story, Mike, coming up this week that talks about a golf course in the Arctic Circle.
Well,
they play in February when they cut what they do, they say they cut the greens. They play with an orange ball.
Right.
And every year, things are different because the ice moves around. You can't get used to the course.
By the way, I read something over the weekend where the amount of ice covering the planet has actually increased this year. Did you know that?
Good.
Isn't that amazing?
So we don't have global warming.
So what's that? I was really surprised to see that. Amazing. So I guess on this golf course, then, it will be good for their business that they will have more ice. I was going to say you get a lot of roll, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what surprised me was, and I had seen the statistics, this golf tournament, which is a 2-day event, is fed via satellite. to 130 countries.
Wow.
And I have never seen it advertised in Sports on the Air.
I have not myself.
In any publication. No. But anyway, it's every February, but we got a story on it on my radio show this week. In the meantime, we'll take a break and we'll get our callers going in 1, 2, 3 fashion. So stay with us, folks. Mike and I will return. Steelers, Pirates, Penguins, and whatever. Next. Stay with us.
Husqvarna, taming the wild.
Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Accidents happen. Are you prepared? You can be with a wide range of homeowners insurance options from Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. My first book on sports is available not only through the internet, but at various local businesses in the AK Valley. It's Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. Short sports stories, odd and unusual, fascinating and funny, only take about a minute to read. Go online to doubletripplebob.com where links are provided for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Word Association to get book information. Get your copy locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, or the Hot Dog Guys Lower Borough. You might want to consider some extra income and take an IRS-approved tuition-free tax school. It's put on by the Liberty Tax Service folks in the Trumna Heights and Katanning. Seating is limited. You have extra income potential, and you should call soon to make sure that you're going to be part of this all. The information that you get in the classes counts toward your continuing education credits. They have flexible schedules. As an example, you can start in the day, and if you've got an evening job to go to or vice versa, convenient locations, and you will earn extra income because you will then be qualified to do income tax preparation. So give them a call, 724-230-8000. Okay, that's what we wanted to mention, and it's good to have you folks back. Let's go to the phones. I believe Tony is up number 1. Tony, welcome to the program. Good evening.
And the Pirates also ordered 40 cases of Maalox for the fans.
I was going to say, that's for us. Yeah. Especially the days that Charlie Morton pitches.
Well, you know what? If we could hit in the clutch and had a manager, boy, would we be dangerous. Oh, my God. Nobody could touch us.
Well, that game Sunday...
How many times is McCutcheon going to stand on first base and, and twiddle his thumbs and fingers, and then Bird's up, and Bird gets a hit, which if he still stole second, that's a run. Yep. I think that happened twice already in this series.
Sure looked that way yesterday, didn't it? And it was like, well, especially, when a guy with that kind of speed gets on first base with 2 outs, I think it's pretty automatic that you go.
Yeah. But you have to get in scoring position.
Plus,
you don't think we're going to hit a home run all the time and get in.
I could be wrong.
Unbelievable. But they don't do it. I don't understand it. I mean, who's running the team?
Yeah, Marte will go. That's for sure. We don't have to worry about that. But
Marte goes.
Even with a bad hand.
But McCutcheon gets on base more than he does.
Yes, he does.
So neither learn how to steal or take a newspaper with you down there.
I used to call it the Jim Leland anchor. That he had an anchor that he would put on the guys at first base so they wouldn't run. It would drive me crazy.
Unbelievable. Well, we got Cincinnati right where we want them. The Bengals.
Yeah.
We got them right where they want them. We can't watch one tight end, let alone 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, they got a lot of good players. They really do. I don't know. they feel like they let that one get away against the Bears last week, so they could be ornery. But before the week started, I thought that there were at least, I think there were 5 playoff teams from a year ago that lost their first game and had a chance to drop to 0-2. And I thought that there's no way that all of them would win.
Well, we don't have to worry about that because we didn't make the playoffs.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the Steelers. I was using the Bengals.
That's what I said. We can go 0-2, and
right?
You know, because we didn't make the playoffs. So I guess we're allowed.
Yeah. So it's like I thought not all of them would win. That at least one of them would be 0-2, but now it's not looking that way.
Baltimore lost, right?
Baltimore won.
Yep.
But it was Baltimore.
Cleveland lost.
Green Bay.
But
there were like 5 teams that made the playoffs that lost the first week that had a chance to go 0-2. The Bengals are the last one left, and I think the other 4 won. So.
And you know what? I'll switch teams with any one of them.
Oh, me too. At this point, yeah.
I'll give them ours. You know.
This is a talent issue.
Now, you know, last year, you know, we brought this guy in to have our great running game back, and where did we end up? 28th in the league, something like that.
Yeah, it looked worse last week.
Yeah. Well, we'll be at the bottom of the list this year. Because, you know, that's our game plan. We're going to run.
We're going to run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the play calling's terrible. And I don't normally go for that because, like I said, this is a talent issue with this team. But if you're having so much trouble running the ball, then you need to reverse your strategy and pass to open up the run instead of the other way around. Whatever happened to a safe little first down pass, maybe hit the back for 5 or 6 yards on the first play.
Well, you're right. That's all well and good, but you don't have a line. You don't have good receivers.
Yeah, but the point is, Tony, I'm not talking about throwing the ball deep downfield. I'm talking about a short.
Well, we can't do that.
Oh, exactly, because that would make too much sense.
Right.
We're on the same page on this one.
This is unbelievable. We just keep going backwards, and it just doesn't seem like they care. I mean, year after year, lousy drafts. They pick up guys, they cut guys, bring them back.
Jonathan Dwyer, yeah.
I just don't know. There's no hope.
I don't know either. Today will be kind of interesting.
I listened to
even if they give the first-round draft choice, that doesn't mean nothing. They'll probably pick Gary Glick.
The bonus pick, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we're here. We got you.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you were in a foxhole there for a minute.
We are.
Yeah.
As long as it's
now the fabulous Penguins.
Yes.
And the fabulous Fleury. They had an inter-squad game, 3 shots, 3 goals.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday he gave up 2, right, in that game?
Yeah, he did.
And his new goalie coach thinks that he has all the tools. I wish he would bring him to work.
I think he has all the physical tools.
But I think it's mental.
Oh, sure.
Guarantee it's mental. They set he goes against Detroit. Okay, he loses. Okay, but still played terrific.
He played great. Yeah.
Yeah. The following year he wins it. You figure it's got to be up. Everything's got to even go higher.
He's never been that good since.
Never. He went the opposite direction. I don't know.
I'm hoping.
Did he figure? Well, I won one, I lost one. That's it. My job is done.
I think it's one of those things. I think we could be having a Steve Blass situation.
Yeah.
And that you're just not going to be able to explain it. It doesn't have anything to do with effort or anything like that. It's just it could be one of those things. Now, they put themselves behind the 8 ball here by bringing the guy back, and they'd be able to get through that if he played poorly and they could go to Vokoun. But Vokoun's no spring chicken. You can't play this guy 50 or 60 games in the regular season and wear him out.
Well, he can't carry you.
No.
No way.
I mean, what they did last year made a lot of sense. They were able to use Vokoun in the playoffs because he didn't play that many games in the regular season.
Right.
He was fresh for an older guy, and he played terrific for them. I mean, he was really good, and Fleury never had a chance to get back in that. But
it's a shame that you got still a young goaltender in Fleury, and which already won Stanley Cup, and he's not showing up, and that's a disgrace as far as I'm concerned. He should be really ashamed of himself. I just don't know.
I don't either.
And we got to depend, like you said, on an older guy, and he can't carry it, to to the Stanley Cup.
He can play, and he'll play well for you. But the problem with his age is that you really got to watch how many games he plays, and
that's right.
Fleury's going to have to give you something. I mean, he's going to have to be a big part, and it's going to be tougher to make the playoffs this year. New divisions, new setup, the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So,
in the meantime, let's see. We got the Pirates on, right?
Yes.
Steelers on, and the Penguins on.
Right.
So I can get 3 shots, then go to the Food Channel. That's great.
Bang, 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 and then you gotta
bang, bang, Food Channel.
Right the guy.
Are you sure Food Channel is not number 1 with you?
Hey, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives on Monday night, right?
It could be. Maybe I'll go to the Food Channel first and go back and forth to the other one.
There you go.
And if something shows up good among the 3, then I'll stay there.
Yeah, Guy Fieri Marathon on Monday nights, I think. You're in good shape.
All right, guys. Multiple choice, Robert.
Multiple choice?
Yeah.
All right, Tony.
I can't even get them. Go ahead.
Your question number 1 in order.
Oh.
This is
one
about...
Bob, before you ask me this question, what game did you do Friday?
I did Burl and Summit Academy.
Oh. Boy, you missed a great game down the valley.
Yeah.
We happened to be coming back when it was letting out, and there was a lot of traffic, so it was nice to see there was at least a decent crowd there. And we saw, and I saw the scoreboard was 10-8, but I couldn't tell who won until we later on check it on the phone. But must have been.
Your team's doing good, Mike.
I'll tell you what, they looked so good on Friday night that now I'm having delusions of grandeur, so I got to scale myself back a little bit, so I'm not going to go overboard. But they completely dominated those guys. And it's really hard to run against them, and that's a start in high school football. If you can stop teams from running on you, then you got a chance. So we'll see this week. They play Mars. If they can win this one, then I think they're going places.
Hey, Mike, you know when they're down on the low rung of the ladder, you got to be quiet and everything. But once they start climbing that ladder, buddy, you go with them.
That's right.
You have all the fun you can gather.
You'll be glad to know, Tony, that I've got Valley at Freeport on Friday night.
That's a good game.
At Freeport.
At Freeport.
Oh, okay.
And there's plenty of time to get over to the Rainbow during halftime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good place to go and cool down.
Yes, very much.
All right, go ahead, Robert. Give me number 1.
How are you on Russian weightlifter questions?
Oh, I told you I used to date one.
All right, here we go. Name the only American League baseball team to record 5 home runs in 1 inning. The only American League baseball team to record 5 home runs in 1 inning. So here are the options. You have the Boston Red Sox, the Minnesota Twins, the Philadelphia A's, and the New York Yankees.
Yeah, well, you know what the obvious is, but I probably ain't. All right, it's you said Boston, Philadelphia A's,
Minnesota, and the Yankees.
The Yankees, only 3 of them?
4.
Oh, 4?
I gave you Boston, Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay, go ahead.
Philadelphia and the Yankees.
All right. I'm going to be crazy about that. I'm going to go with Philadelphia A's.
No, Connie Mack had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
The Minnesota Twins in 1966 belted out 5 home runs in 1 inning. All right?
All right.
That was on my website.
Bye-bye.
See you later, Tony.
Thanks, Tony. Have a good night.
All right, guys, before we take another call, let's jump to a break. We'll come back and promise Mark, who's on a break at work, that we'll pick him up next. Stay with us.
380 Auction and Discount Warehouse, Route 380, Murraysville.
Automotive supplies, groceries, housewares, pet supplies.
All at discount prices.
Sofas, dining tables, recliners, dressers and desks, lamps and end tables.
All at discount prices.
Yard and landscaping supplies, special catalog orders, mattresses with full warranties.
All at discount prices.
School supplies, tools, paint, toiletries, model cars, toys.
All at discount prices. Get to 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse today, Route 380, Murraysville.
Why do Arnold Furniture's customers continue to come back year after year? Maybe it's the personal touch that the Miller family has provided since 1975. Maybe it's the prices that are consistently lower than the competition. Or how about the selection? 4 floors of living room, dining room, recliners, bedding, accessories, and so much more. Plus free local delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old furniture guaranteed. The choice is obvious. Visit Arnold Furniture online at arnoldfurnitureinc.com or stop in and see us today.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Boy, there's a familiar sight, Tower Auto Sales on Freeport Road in Blarnox. 40 years of experience at the same location. Allow Tower Auto Sales to help you in the selection of your next pre-owned vehicle. Just buy it at Tower Auto Sales, and you can reach Mike Fanto, the manager there, anytime at 412-828-6202. We're going to jump right to Mark and grab that phone call. Mark, I know you're on a break at work. Well, let's go ahead and get it started. What's on your mind?
Oh, good evening, fellas.
Good
evening.
Hey, is Central Florida that good, or was Penn State's defense that bad Saturday?
Central Florida is in the others receiving votes category in the poll that came out yesterday, so they are good. They are good, and I mean they go to a bowl every year. They usually go to the Beefo Brady's Bowl in St. Pete or something. But George O'Leary's the coach. He was the guy that was going to be the coach at Notre Dame, but fudged his resume, so he never did get to coach a game there. But they're supposed to be pretty good. I didn't see the game. I saw stats. I saw it looked like Christian Hackenberg had a pretty good game for them. He seems to be getting a little bit better each week. But that's not a game that they expected to lose, I'm guessing.
I see they gave up 507 yards, it says, on defense.
Yeah, that could be an issue for them. So that's a surprise. You don't see that happen to a Penn State defense at home very often.
Okay, and another item. I have a bad feeling 2 weeks from today, if I call, the Steelers are either going to be 2-2 or 0-4. What do you think? I mean,
I'll take
they have some tough games coming up.
Can I sign up for the 2-2? I'd be more than happy with that, and then they get a bye and then try to get some people healthy. I'd be good with 2-2. I don't know if that can happen, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and play really well against Cincinnati tonight, just because. Now, coming out and playing really well doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win, because they're not the most talented team in this game anymore. When they play the Bengals actually have the better team now, so that makes it difficult for them. But the thing is, I believe it's out of the last 11 years they've won 10 in Cincinnati.
Yeah, they can win in Cincinnati. I guess it's tougher at home.
Yeah,
so maybe that's a good sign.
When the Bengals are good and go to the playoffs, they win in Pittsburgh. That's been the recent MO, at least since they moved to Heinz Field. So there are going to be a lot of Steeler fans down there for the Monday night game, certainly. But,
and thing for baseball, I guess they said the Atlanta National game was canceled because of the tragedy. So
because of the shooting,
tomorrow?
Right, they're going to play 2 tomorrow. They're going to do a split doubleheader day-night, 2 separate admissions, play early and late, which, you know, that has a bearing on the Pirates. The Nationals are who the Pirates are trying to knock out of the playoffs right now, or at least clinch over. The magic number's 6.
So for now, we're rooting for the Braves.
We'll be rooting for the Braves this week, yes. I'd like to keep the Nationals interested as long as possible because they play St. Louis next week.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and you know that could help out in that regard, because the Pirates are going to have it tough here because they have to play 6 games against the Reds over the next 2 weekends, which are the final 2 weekends. So if they want to win the division, they're going to have to make hay against Cincinnati.
And our home schedule's coming to an end, right?
Right.
Yeah,
this week is home.
Thursday,
Next week's away. What's that, Mark?
Now, who does the Pirates have after the Padres?
They play the Padres the 4 games this week, and then this weekend is home against Cincinnati, at Chicago next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and at Cincinnati next weekend. That's it.
Oh, we do have the home. Oh, I thought we were through with the home game Thursday. Oh.
No, the Reds are here this weekend. So
okay, good then. I didn't.
That's a long homestand. That's an 11-gamer. It's the longest one of the season.
Okay, I guess I better go for multiple choice. Take up enough of your time.
All right. This will be an NFL question for you, Mark. Let's see if we can get you one here. Question number 2. What NFL quarterback has thrown at least 3 touchdown passes in a game the most times in his career, the most 3 touchdown games in an NFL career. Brett Favre, Drew Brees, Johnny Unitas, Peyton Manning.
How about Johnny U?
No, it is Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. Okay.
Who appears to be adding to that record.
Oh, yeah.
Even as we speak each week. He took his little brother to school yesterday.
Yeah, that was a good game for them. I have a feeling they might be in the playoffs.
I'll tell you something, Mark. It's funny. It doesn't matter if he's with the Colts or now he's with Denver. They do the same thing. They'll be 11, 12, or 13-0. They will. The same thing's going to happen. And something happens where they fizzle out in the playoffs and someone else gets past them. So.
Last week, the Steelers division or section all lost. This week, NFC East, everybody lost.
Well, here's what's funny. The only games that the NFC East have won are when they played each other. Okay?
Yeah.
And the only games that our division will have won will be against each other. Because the Ravens beat the Browns, and then tonight the Steelers or the Bengals will win. So there'll be 2 wins in each of those 2 divisions and all against each other, which means that there may be problems.
Yeah.
Don't look for wild cards to come out of those 2 divisions.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll call you guys next week if I get a chance.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay,
Mark.
thank you.
Last week we had 4 attempts at a trivia prize and came up empty.
Yeah, we're striking
on
out
all
right
of
now,
them.
too,
So,
yeah.
all right, welcome. Next, I think it's Mike. Mike, welcome to the program.
Hey guys, Mike from Arnold.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, I wanted to tell you, that Food Channel is #1 to me, baby. Yeah.
Food Channel #1.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. I've been hearing a lot of people saying about the Steelers and Cincy. I think Cincy's really built themselves pretty good this year and got good players and what have you. And I don't think the Steelers are going to be a dynasty like they used to be, you know. Because with all the well, I made one trade, I know that, but with all the other players they got, I don't think they're going to do good this year. What do you think, Bob or Mike or whatever?
I think in these next couple of weeks we're going to learn a lot. I don't know. I thought they'd be okay because their schedule is kind of soft. But then that changes already.
They have a tough schedule this year too, the Steelers. You know, I mean.
No, what do you mean tough?
But I thought the Bears wouldn't be any good. They're 2-0. So you have that coming up. So you look at the schedule, you think it's one way, and then you play a couple of weeks, and then you maybe you look at it differently.
And Mike and I were talking about this before coming on the air, that in that first game, with a mistake made on the kickoff return, we wind up with the safety, and then get the ball in good field position, fumble it in the end zone. Yeah. Had we gone up 9-0, I think Tennessee would have been thinking negatively pretty much, for the rest of the game. But boy, they came back and just, made us look, iffy.
Well, last week I seen the game, and they fumbled the ball, interceptions, holes big enough you could drive semis through, missed tackles,
That's the thing that worries me the most about tonight's game, Mike, is that Cincinnati being able to run the ball against the Steelers with the law firm of Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, and whoever else they throw at them. That when Tennessee scored last week, when they had their one touchdown drive, it's because when they got the ball, they just marched the ball straight down on, I believe it was on an 11-play drive, they ran it 10 times, and were able to do it successfully against the Steelers. And they're not going to be able to let Cincinnati do that if they want to be able to control Andy Dalton.
Well, when they scored 9 points last week, it was over for the Steelers,
Pretty much.
So, okay, my usual multiple choice. What the who?
Multiple choice. What the H? Okay. You have question number 3. And let's take a look at your question. Who holds the National Football League record of posting the most sacks in one game? And your choices are Jared Allen, Derek Thomas, Michael Strahan, and Lawrence Taylor.
I don't know any of them guys, just Lawrence Taylor. I know if I'm just going to take a guess, Lawrence Taylor.
Well, Michael, you are wrong. The late Derek Thomas, who did it for Kansas City, I forget the year, but it wasn't that long ago. What do you have, like 6?
I believe it was 6.
Yeah, about a half a dozen sacks in the game. Michael, thank you for the call.
Okay, I'm wrong anyway, so talk to you later, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
We do still have, you know, the Matteo's mystery profile available. Nobody is going for the grand salamis, but I got to tell you, Matteo's Pizza, and still one of our, you know, hot guys when it comes to sponsorship with a special program. Mystery profile, you can try that anytime you want when you call, and once you try it, you're done for a month, okay? Everything on Matteo's menu made with quality ingredients. Hand-tossed pizzas, the gyro sandwiches, their subs and their hoagies, the calzones and the strombolis, the wingdings, and lots more. Matteo's Pizza and Subs has it all, including their signature Iron Man hoagie. So, try them out, Matteo's Pizza and Subs at 1000 Broadview Boulevard in Brackenridge Heights. You can call them now, right now, 724-904-7312. Okay. We do have another call, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Terry, welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hi, guys. I'm going to have to hang up because you told me to call Matteo's right now. I always listen to you.
Well, you know
Well, you've tried them before, right?
Oh, yeah.
we'll tell them to wait on you so you can take your time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a terrific sponsor to have. That's a terrific prize to win. Boy,
it is.
First class. Yeah. Hey, in case you don't want to stay up late tonight, I'm going to tell you the final score.
Okay.
Yeah, the Steelers will get 10 points.
That's an improvement.
And Cincinnati will get 42.
Ooh.
Hello.
Ooh.
Are you going back to 1989, Terry?
I don't know. I don't know anything about football, which explains why I root for the Browns sometimes.
I do too, by the way.
I think that I think this Steelers team is dreadful.
Well, 42 in 1989, the Steelers lost their opener to Cleveland 50-0, and then they went to Cleveland, and then they went to Cincinnati and lost 42-10. So they lost 92-10 the first two games, and then they made the playoffs.
Yeah, and the other two teams probably didn't.
Yeah, so strangely, I think the Browns might have won the division.
The odds makers ought to be scratching their heads.
Yeah, the Steelers ended up playing Houston in the playoffs, and they actually won a wild card game. They went out to Denver and had them for 3 quarters, beating Elway with Merrill Hodge. So you never know. But you know, the stat is this: that of the teams that start 0-2 since they have this. The current format of scheduling and the current divisions, only 13% make the playoffs. Last year, nobody that started 0-2 made the playoffs. So there you are.
Regarding baseball, I think it was Tony talking about stealing. What do you think the best caught stealing percentage is for any given catcher? 45%?
Somewhere in that area.
Yeah. So, you know, if you've got more than a 50% chance to steal second base, take it, because you're going to have 2 300 hitters to duplicate that. You know, to get that guy over to third. You know, here you've got a guy on second. Now you have bunts and so on as an option if you need to. I don't know why they don't run all the time unless you've got somebody like Jim Pagliarone. You know, it can't run.
Well, yeah. If you have somebody that I look at it as Marte, who does go just about every time. So I don't factor him into this equation, but it's McCutchen, who for some reason, as he's gotten further on in his career, is interested in running less. And I know it does take a beating. You do take a beating doing it, but I'm not talking about stealing a base in June on a Thursday night in a 4-1 game. I'm talking about stealing a base with 2 weeks left in the season. You're tied for first place, and it's the 8th inning, and you need 1 run to win. You needed to steal yesterday. Now, it worked out in the end that they did get the 2 hits, but like you said, when there were 2 outs, the chances of getting those 2 hits isn't very good.
Yeah. And you can just simply add the percentages together and statistically prove which way you should be going.
Right, exactly. It just that's why it doesn't make it. As a matter of fact, that's why bunting has really gone down. That they actually, you know, the statistics show that you have a better chance of scoring a guy from first base with no outs than you do of scoring a guy from second base with 1. And the statistics show it, and that's why teams have completely just about gone away from the bunt now. Unless, you know, I've gone to the point now where I say the only people that should bunt, unless it's like, you know, a winning the game situation, are pitchers and stinky guys. That's it. That's it. Pitchers and Clint Barmas. You know, guys like that. That's it.
Okay, quick question for you. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but Can you name the 7 states that have at least 2 NFL stadiums in them?
7 states have 2 NFL stadiums.
Can we make a list and...
Write them down. Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Ohio would be one, right?
That's 2. Florida and Ohio.
Florida and
Pennsylvania.
Ohio. California.
Okay, that's 3.
PA.
Sure, 4.
Texas.
How many did
5.
you want? We have Ohio,
We have
Florida,
Ohio at
Pennsylvania,
we have
California.
5.
What's the 5th one?
New York only has 1.
New York only has 1.
Buffalo. Jersey has 1.
Correct.
Correct. How about Missouri?
Missouri's 6.
And I could cheat.
Wait a minute.
I won't do it, Terry, because I have too much respect for you, and I'm going to try. We're going to try to get this ourselves. Yes.
How about
Maryland? It's got to be Maryland then.
Yeah, it is.
Paul, good job
It
out
is.
there.
The Baltimore and the Washington
And the Washington
Stadiums in
Redskins.
Landover.
When Jack Kent Cooke renamed it Ralph John Maryland after his 2 sons Ralph and John, but that didn't last very long, so they went back to being Landover again.
So it's Ohio, Florida, PA, California, MO, and MD.
Yeah, how about that? Great one.
Thank you.
You know, that works at a bar sometime, too.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are the kind. But the problem is,
since 1900, who has the highest single-season batting average?
Since 1900.
Rogers Hornsby.
That's the traditional answer, but they found some problems with the statistics, and Nap Lajoie, instead of hitting 422, hit 426.
I'll be darned.
How about that?
And a
Yeah,
Cleveland
I just
Indian
found
to
that
boot.
Not a nice guy, reportedly. Not a nice guy at all. But you know, neither was Ty Cobb. So I don't know. How about that? So how about the Indians? Do you think? I mean, they're only a game out, right?
A half game.
Half game. They have to. See, here's the thing. I wanted to have the Pirates play on the one game and then the Yankees play the next night, but it doesn't look like the Yankees are going to make it. So the Indians have to make it then.
Yeah, well, who knows? I mean, they've certainly got enough injuries to key players, and
sure do.
They've got some guys that just haven't performed this year. You know, they've been a very streaky team. They'll go out and hit 15 home runs in 3 games and then not hit another home run for the rest of their lives. So who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, we've seen that before. Hopefully, Francona has a legit chance to win Manager of the Year too. National League's pretty much, I think, a done deal. I think Hurdle gets it unanimously. I don't even think anybody gets another first place vote. And then in the American League, you can, with 2 weeks to go, I think there's no front runner. I mean, it's somebody like, if Kansas City would sneak in and win the wild card, I think Ned Yost has to win. So, and Francona's in the same boat. And Joe Girardi, frankly, is in the same boat. Who would have ever thought that?
Yep. Hey, I don't know if I qualify for the mystery profile, but if I do, I'll try it.
Let me check.
I don't think I've called in yet this month.
Bob is going to check his voluminous records.
Okay.
Yeah, you can only try it once a month.
I don't.
So we had nobody on. No, we're into September.
Yeah, I think you were. I think you were in August.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
August 26th, though. I think you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's what we have you
That's
for.
what we have.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Michael,
Let's
you
go.
want to take it?
Here we go. Formatio's Pizza and Sub, Broadview Boulevard in Brackenridge Heights, right next to Carolyn Bengal's magistrate's office, in case you act up while you're in Matio's. Here we go. The $100 clue is, out of football, when the USFL began play, I attempted a comeback as a quarterback in that league.
Johnny Unitas.
That is not correct. But you're right, Johnny Unitas was indeed a quarterback. Here we go. $75 clue. I was the first African-American quarterback to start a season opener since the AFL-NFL merger in 1970.
Warren Moon.
That is not correct. Let's move down to the $50 clue. Flip all the cards, Mr. Cerf. I attended the very last Steelers game played at Three River Stadium.
He attended it. Joe Gillum.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
Really?
That's it.
$50. Can I give?
$25 clue. Was down on my luck. I once lived in a cardboard box for 2 years. My football career in shambles, and also life in shambles, I guess I would add.
Well, that was me. So that.
Yeah, I think we've all been there at least once. And then fans called me Jefferson Street Joe was the Tinker Toy clue.
Well, I have news for you. I've already researched the next mystery profile, which I will give you a call on, and we'll have a few chuckles.
We will, yeah.
Because what I do, Terry...
He stumps me and makes me feel stupid.
I call Mike and give him clue by clue, and then after we go through this whole thing, which is sometimes a 10-minute process...
Yes. Then we'll rearrange the clues to make it harder.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
which we
anyway.
did on this one, by the way. These had rearranged answers. So, yeah.
Yep.
So we did. We moved them around a little bit just
Well,
to
you
try to
got-
make it.
yeah.
We try to actually get it to the hard, from hardest to easiest in that order to make it, So that way, when you hit the $100 one, you know you've done something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, $50
job,
worth of
Terry.
gift certificates coming
And
out.
go
That's
Indians,
really
huh?
cool.
Go
Thank you very
Toronto.
much, guys.
Thanks.
All right, Terry. In the meantime, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we have a studio audience guest who will join us. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
This is where you get the absolute freshest deli meats and cheeses. Fazio's Italian Deli in Arnold. At Fazio's, you're getting only the best and freshest selection. Fazio's has its own bakery and offers you fresh baked bread, rolls, pastries, and more. Pick up individual salads to go, Italian sausages, hoagies, custom-made sandwiches, even party trays for your next get-together. Freshness and quality every time at Fazio's Italian Deli, Leishman and Dre in Arnold.
Max and his son made their way homeward bound when mischievous rain dropped down, down, down. Safety was threatened by every roguish drip. They slipped and slid. They couldn't get a grip. Then along came the Michelin Man, reminding them the right tire changes everything. Stop up to 31 feet shorter than a leading competitor with the new Michelin Defender tire, backed by a 90,000-mile warranty. Michelin, a better way forward.
Available at Highland Tire under the bridge in Tarentum and Freeport Road, Natrona Heights. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Westmoreland provides a full range of coverage for all of your automobile needs. Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557.
And for those who are thinking about making an extra buck on the side, there's nothing wrong with getting tax smart. Try out the IRS-approved tuition-free tax school, and this is something you can do with Liberty Tax Services located in Natrona Heights and a future office coming to Katanning. As I said, tuition is free and the seating is limited, so what you want to do is make sure that you call ASAP. Flexible schedule, you can attend either day or evening classes. You can mix them up so that all works out to your advantage. Here's the phone number. It's 724-230-8000. And I wanted to tell Terry while he was on the phone and I lost track, Elena's Restaurant has given me a $25 gift certificate for the restaurant.
Good one.
So Terry will be receiving that plus another $25 in something.
$25 in Elena's, that gets two fed.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
That gets two fed for
Amen.
sure, and you could get three fed and then deal with the tip there. That's good, boy. That's one you want.
All right, let's check Paul in our audience here tonight. Paul, thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Paul, before you get started, I have a question for you.
I didn't do it.
Tonight on local TV, which tonight is Monday, by the way. For those of you watching on Thursday night, tune in on streaming Monday, and you can call us. It works out beautifully. Tonight we have the Steelers will be on local television. The Pirates will be on local television. The Penguins will be on local television.
And we are. And we are.
And we are on very local television. Paul, what will you be watching tonight?
Whatever the game is on MLB Network or USA Network.
Exactly, it would be wrestling. I figured that's where you were going with that.
One of the three. Or
yeah, that's fun. That's good. Now, Paul, this year, for those you watching in Rio Linda, is touring high school football like he does every Friday, and he'll go to a different game every Friday, and is basically choosing games by the game, trying to go someplace different all 9 weeks.
Sometimes.
And the food. The food is very important.
You understand.
Yeah, we figured this out a long time ago, press box wise, that, first thing we said as we were unloading going to Franklin Regional, Boom Boom says, do they feed us here? It's like, these are very important questions. So, Paul, where will you be this week?
I will be at the what is that in, not Davisfield, Owensfield.
Owensfield, Apollo Ridge, okay.
Vikings host the Leechburg.
Blue Devils, recently refurbished up there at Owensfield.
Yes, and then the week after I go to the
You're going to Fox Chapel, you said?
What's the name of that field in Fox Chapel?
Oh, goodness.
It's named after Dr. Burke.
Burke,
forget the first name.
Burke Athletic Complex.
Not to be confused with Sean Burke, but
right. Sean Burke, that's old. Old goalies for 50.
Yeah.
So you get to see some Quad A action there. Were they playing North Hills that week?
North Hills, yes.
With Eric Kasparovich. No, Eric Kasparovich is the coach at Pine Richland. How about that? They all move around nowadays. So games are going well so far. We've got some local teams in the mix. So there we go. So what do you have on your mind tonight, by the way? I didn't mean to sidetrack you. I just wanted to throw that out there.
I think the Kansas City Chiefs are for real. I think...
I sat here before the season started and predicted the Chiefs to make the playoffs. So I feel pretty happy about that they were 2-14. Two teams that I liked were the Chiefs and the Dolphins.
Right.
And now, after watching a couple of weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins could win that division. The Patriots don't look very good.
And I think on Thursday night, the Chiefs will go into the vet and be this.
How interesting there. See, the NFL has a sense of humor. I look at this when golf majors put their pairings together.
Right.
The PGA Tour has a sense of humor when they decide who's going to play with who. Well, good job by the NFL Network to get Andy Reid going back to Philadelphia. They'll be interested to see how he's treated because, they don't like anybody in Philadelphia.
Even these Santa Claus.
They even booed Santa. You're right.
He got snowballed.
That dates back to what, the 70s?
That was maybe 1970. He got snowballed.
No, that was Cliff Stout.
And the former governor of the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Ed Rendell, admitted that he was one of the people throwing snowballs at Santa Claus that day.
Oh.
Well.
Speaking of Philly, I can't believe Temple was 0-3 after like 5.
They did play well for a while, but you got to remember they lost all their good coaches.
Bill Cosby, alma mater.
Oh, then the question I had was, you know how all these small schools play Michigan and like Youngstown State plays Nebraska? How come you never see like Duquesne or Robert Morris?
Well,
they never do that.
Here's an interesting one for you. Syracuse played Wagner this week.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Wagner's in the same conference as Robert Morris and Duquesne.
But I never.
And I said that's exactly like would be Pitt playing Robert Morris. You know why?
Right.
Now, Syracuse played Wagner because it's not like they're neighboring.
Right.
Pitt would never play Robert Morris because what if something went wrong?
Right.
What if they lost? It would be too embarrassing. That would never happen. It's like West Virginia is mandated by the state of West Virginia to play Marshall. They don't even want to play Marshall, and Marshall's only in the MAC. It's not, or at least they had been in the past. It moves around so fast now. I'm not sure, but they don't even want to do that.
Right.
By the way, Saturday, I think I saw the worst college football team I've ever seen in my life.
Where?
New Mexico. Oh my goodness gracious, were they terrible? They made Pitt look good. And then it was so bad, it was like 38 to 35 to 3 or 35 to 6 at halftime. It was so bad that Pitt actually got disinterested in the second half. Now, they still covered. The line was 21.5, and they won by 22. New Mexico scored 2 touchdowns at the end of the game. There were people around me that were actually sweating it out. They were leaving. I was like, well, we won the game. I don't care. But
you think they'll beat Duke or no?
It's going to be a good game this week, and they need to. Duke can throw the ball, but Duke's off to a slow start. They had a really nice year last year. They made a bowl. David Cutcliffe does a great job there. But Pitt needs the 2 games coming up. They'll be at Duke this coming Saturday, and then they're home to Virginia the following Saturday.
Right.
Those are 2 winnable games for them, and there aren't that many winnable games on that schedule.
Right.
If they can win those 2 and be 3-1, then I think they have a legitimate chance to get the 6 they need to get to a bowl game. But I think this is the type of game where Pitt would just get their heads big enough that they would go and they'd lay an egg. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, and Alabama was a good game too, and
Johnny Manziel's awesome, by the way. He really is. It's unbelievable.
In Tennessee, they got blown out by Oregon. I think they should have ducked in that game.
Thank you very much.
All right, how about some trivia, Paul?
Yes, multiple choice.
All right, is it my turn, by the way?
Is.
Yeah, okay. A good local trivia question about Steelers football. Do you know the answer to this one? The question is, who holds the Steelers record for most touchdowns in a season? Not throwing, but either catching or running or picking up a fumble or whatever.
Actually scoring the touchdown.
Right. Was it Bill Dudley, Lewis Lips, Franco Harris, or Jerome Bettis?
I'm fighting between two. I'm going to say Jerome Bettis.
Guess what? You're wrong.
Louis
Lips.
Right, those were the two.
Yeah, 15 touchdowns in 1985.
He was amazing
has
there for a
never
while.
been topped.
By the way, met him
And
once.
you know, when I
was
saw
very
that,
nice.
that was not my guess.
No, that's a surprise to me. I would have gone running back. I would have gone with either Franco or the boss.
I knew it was from Franco Harris because I knew someone passed him up, you know.
Later on, yeah, because
Yeah.
Franco he kind of set everything, the standard, and then people have been, going after that.
Yeah.
But, by the way, can we get Jerome Bettis in the Hall of Fame this year, please?
I
would just like to throw that out there.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I'm a little bit biased.
I think you have to make the top three.
I would really like to see him get in there. How the fifth leading rusher of all time,
All time.
Yeah, you
is
get
taking all this time to get into the Hall of Fame. I don't understand.
We have enough LA Rams in the Hall of Fame.
Nice trade, by the way, huh?
Paul, thank you so much.
All right, have a good day. Thank you.
In the meantime, a commercial break, and then Mike and I will be coming back with another
We have
caller.
someone. Hang in there.
Another caller. Stay with us. We'll return in a moment. Since 1914, people in the local area have relied on the Resevich family in deepest time of need. The Resevich family is the oldest established name in the funeral profession in the AK Valley. Its reputation and unquestionable service speaks for itself. Now the proud tradition of service continues with a fourth generation. The Resevich family serves the AK Valley from two locations, 5th Avenue Arnold and Leechburg Road, Lower Burrell.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Welcome to Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, the place for big appetites. Their great sandwich selection includes the Geronimo, piled high with generous portions of meat and fixings. Their barbecue ribs are the best in town. Half rack or full rack, they don't come better. Buffalo Bill's wings are everybody's favorite. Uniquely oven-baked, not deep-fried, and yet so crispy. Your choice of 13 flavored seasonings. Grab a bucket for the big game. Eat in or take out, credit cards accepted. Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, Shreveport Road, New Kensington, across from Felderelli Square. At Tower Auto Sales in Blawnox, the best products, the best selection, the best customer communication, and best service after the sale. All that's important when you're shopping for any car, especially a pre-owned vehicle. So take advantage of getting to know the people at Tower Auto Sales, Freeport Street or Road in Blawnox. Call Mike Fanto, the owner, the operator, at 412-828-6202 and just buy it. Don't forget my radio show Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, WAVL Radio. They're on the AM dial at 9:10, and we're on at 10 o'clock. Sports history and sports nostalgia. And my website, doubledribblebob.com, has the answers to the trivia questions we ask here on the show. Okay, we've got about maybe 3 minutes, and we'll wrap this one up. So let's say hello to who's on the phone. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
This is Limo Man.
Hey, Limo.
How are you? I talked to you on about you on Dr. Knowledge 15 minutes the other night.
Dr. Knowledge.
You talked to Dr. Knowledge.
Yeah.
And to Mr. And his faithful sidekick, Mr. Wiener.
Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
Nice Jewish guy. I made sure Jerry Coleman knows your double dribble Bob.
Well, thank you for that.
Absolutely. When you're the best, you are.
I'd like to hear from one of these guys once. You know that. There's a feedback.
I didn't hear what you said, Bob.
Tell them there's a feedback page on my website to say hello.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll call him at the hotel and tell him.
Oh, no, don't bother the guy.
You know I would always do that for you.
All right.
And I mentioned Mike Kruko to you from KNBR last week.
Kruk and Kipe.
Huh?
I thank you.
Yes, Giants.
Absolutely. And today, or yesterday, was Dan Marino's 52nd birthday.
They gave him a cake on the pregame show yesterday.
Yeah, I saw.
Very impressive.
Yes. Yep. And my girlfriend, Rachel Catalano, loves your show.
Which one, radio or TV?
Both.
Both.
Well, good.
There you go. You just doubled it's a double thing there.
Good-looking 74-year-old Jewish guy.
You know what, here's what we're going to do. For mentioning Rachel's name, we're going to send you out a coupon to get a dozen of donuts.
She loves their donuts.
From the donut shop in the area, and that, of course...
Donut Connection.
I'm trying to think of the plaza, the Riverview Plaza. There you go.
She loves those donuts. I buy them for her all the time. You're the best, Bob.
Okay.
And I want to do multiple choice, please.
All right, Mike's turn, I think.
Is it?
I
Okay,
think.
here we go, Limo. Let's see.
Because I hit Paul.
Let's see.
Yeah, I
if
got to
we-
win my 91st prize.
Let's do it. Name the only team to play in the Super Bowl in the decade of the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. The New York Jets, the Oakland Raiders, the Kansas City Chiefs, or the Green Bay Packers. The only team to play in the Super Bowl in the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s.
I'm guessing, but I'll say the Green Bay Packers.
It is not, Limo. It is the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders.
All right, Limo. Thank you.
One of Tony from Lower Arnold's favorite teams.
Yes. Hey,
I got to give a shout.
Do it.
There's a long drive in deep right center field, and this one is for Tony from Lower Arnold.
All right, Limo, thanks. Have a good week.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. We thank you for watching. We did have, what's that make all together?
We had Terry win the $50 mystery profile, but no, we did not. Boy, you zipped right through 5 multiples tonight, and nobody hit any of them.
And what did he guess on number 5? What was
he guessed the Packers.
Oh, so yeah, he was way off.
Yeah. So that didn't. So we had a loser there. So Friday you will be where?
Friday nights, if it all works out, we plan on doing the Valley at Freeport game, which will be seen on a Tuesday night next week.
Right.
At 6:30.
Right, and then we will have Highlands at home against Mars. Remember, Tuesday night, 6:30 will be Bob's game. All through the football season. 8:30 the Highlands game will be on. That's going to be that way all the way through the football season, all 9 weeks, and then hopefully playoffs. I think Highlands might get back this year.
And when we do Riverview, that is on Wednesday evening at 7.
Oh, how the world is turned upside down. West Shamokin, just fresh off of setting the record for most losses in a row ever, is now 3-0.
What was it, 30-something? 30?
Something along those lines.
Now, they have never won 2 in a row. Especially at the beginning of the year. Now they're 3-0.
Bob, if they win this week, they have a chance to win 2 in a row twice.
How about the playoffs? Would that be something?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh,
the Wolves of West Shamokin.
Something in the air.
I remember a year when Springdale got off to one of these fast starts. They were like 4-0, and Riverview marched down there, and I said at halftime, they never shut the bus off. Riverview pounded them, and then it was like Springdale wasn't quite ready for prime time yet, but it took a while for Chuck, but he finally got it on track.
Yeah. Folks, we got to go. Thank you for watching, and good luck to your local high school team this weekend. I'm Bob Tattern.
I'm Mike Powell.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toretto and Natrona Heights, Matteo's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.